On the 18th of February 1935, Baroness Benita von Falkenhayn and her friend Renate von Natzmer were executed in Berlin-Ploetzensee after being sentenced for treason by the People's Court. The method of execution was with the hand-held axe. The execution caused widespread horror not only in Germany but also abroad, and ultimately led to the Justice Ministry insisting that guillotines be made standard throughout the Reich. Even the head of the Foreign Press Office and early Hitler supporter from Munich, Ernst Hanfstaengl, criticised this execution because, due to its brutality, it had, and now I quote, resulted in serious damage to German cultural reputation throughout the world that could hardly be repaired in the foreseeable future, and in a renewed, considerable loss of sympathy for Germany. Here is a description of the executions. On the 18th of February 1935, the first execution of the day took place. The executioner, Carl Groepler, severed the head of Benita von Falkenhayn with one stroke of his axe. About 20 minutes later, a second woman was led into the courtyard of the Ploetzensee Penitentiary. The wooden scaffold where beheadings were commonplace was located in the centre of the courtyard and served as the primary place of execution in Berlin. The prosecutor of the German Reich, Jones, dressed in a cardinal red robe, recited the final verdict. I have to inform you, Renate von Natzmer, that your petition for clemency has been denied, and the verdict of the court which sentenced you to death for espionage for a foreign country and high treason will now be executed. I am handing you over to the executioner. Held up by the strong arms of the executioner's henchman, Renate stood in a puddle of her own urine with an indescribable look of fear in her eyes. A priest began to lead those into the courtyard in reciting the Lord's Prayer. The prayer was interrupted by the loud noise of the executioner's henchmen. Two muscular henchmen lifted Renate up by her arms, which were shackled behind her back. They forcibly dragged her into a kneeling position in front of the wooden scaffold and placed her head on the chopping block. Groepler's axe was in position over Renate's neck, and before the priest could say Amen, the executioner's axe swiftly severed Renate's head from her torso. Everyone watched in horror as her head rolled to the floor. Beheadings with an axe continued in Germany for at least another 9 years, although more guillotines were introduced. In Nazi Germany, the number of executions increased a great deal as the number of offences which could be punished with death increased. I've done a much longer video on the execution of Carl Groepler, a link to which you can find here.